I want to close on cautionary tale of Courtney and Kay. And why do I want to close on this? If you've been watching the Lapeef Let's Talk show, and I watch the show, it's a really good show. I enjoy the dialogue. Um, I think, and I've posted this publicly. I do think that that Anton Daniels, that his cooning makes for a hostile work environment. But if you have been watching the show, this sister Courtney had been elevated and placed up on a pedestal. She'd been pedestalized, and for some reason, the creators of the show decided to bring a non-black woman on the show and elevate her and her voice to an equal standing beside the black woman in a discussion about what's happening between black men and black women. I think that, she saw that as being very off code, which it was. Um, but like I said, amongst some of the leadership over there, the levels of cooning are extremely heightened. So that was her first time really expressing an opinion that differed from the men on the panel. And when she did that, I mean, they threw her to the wolves. So the people in the comments, started to call her a fake, a chameleon. She was never really feminine. So you have to understand that, like, and why do I say this is a cautionary tale? If you attempt to offer submission or cooperation to a man that's not even operating in manhood, a man that is operating, I wouldn't call it womanhood, because that would be derogatory to women to refer to what they're doing as womanhood. But if you're trying to offer manhood, offer your allegiance and loyalty and cooperation to a group of men who have accepted the role of bottom to another group of men, this is what you're going to get. Anything that you do to express your agency or humanity as a woman is going to threaten their perceived position. So they need you prone, they need you silent, they need you not speaking, just like their daddies, who they get this cultural ideal from, where the woman should be silent, where the woman should be submissive, where the woman should be slave like, where her humanity and agency should be removed. So this sister, I'm saying that she's a cautionary tale because they brought the white woman on, or the Lebanese, whatever you want to call it. She's not a black woman, which was hella disrespectful, because this was a black woman platform and they had men on there, and the woman decided to bring a man of another group on to speak about, how men should be. Like, all of us would take that as a jab, but they brought this chick on, and since then, basically, it's been really downhill for Courtney on the show in terms of her relationship with the audience. They've really been like digging into her. And on the last episode, in fact, Anton laid up the good, bad, evil uh analysis. And it's interesting how he did it. The sister who's more associated with agency, with blackness, because she wears natural hair, she embraces the culture, she embraces our people, so she's written off as evil and the bad actor on the cast. He said that that sister was being a bad influence on this sister Courtney. So it's like the Lebanese white woman, the fair woman on the panel, was like the angel, and then the woman on the other side, who's more um in touch with her Africanity and her womanhood, is the devil. And this one in the middle has the devil and the angel on her shoulder, and she's being influenced by the devil. So it's very interesting the way that they lay up this dichotomy. But I want you to hear this right here, because she's speaking to, she doesn't know what went wrong. You know what I mean? She was being celebrated. She was being praised. Courtney has the femininity. She knows how to operate in her feminine. When men speak, she shuts up, right? This is what the audience was celebrating her for. But the moment she spoke, they, all that shit that they was giving all the praise, they took all that shit back. I want you to hear this. Check this out.
first started interacting, right?
Hmm.
You was my work wife.
Hmm.
Are you no longer you divorced? You separated from me? What's
Oh,
going on?
yeah, I'm separated. We ain't got a divorce. We
So why
are
you?
separated
Where did the divide happen? We were so perfect and in harmony, and we were aligned. Honestly, like, listen,
because
I
I.
got thick skin, and I'm cool or whatever. I want you to tell me honestly what your thoughts are about me and any gripes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm open to the possibility that I might have some things that I need to work through.
Once I disagree with you.
What did you disagree with me about? Or what do you
Um,
think was the first, if you remember, right? Because obviously it was a while ago, right? But
mhm.
what do you think that was the thing that divided us and which we agreed about?
I,
what was the
I
big
want to say the black culture is trash,
issue? Mhm.
and I wholeheartedly disagree. And once I disagreed, I feel like I was on a plank where it was like, oh, now she's, and not even with you, even with the audience, is she's disagreeing with men, and now she's masculine because she's speaking up and she has a voice, and it's different from what the men are saying. Once that happened, it was like, okay. And
There's a
then,
lot of people that disagree with me about that though.
I want to give you context again here, family. He's having a conversation with her because he had B-rated her on the panel. So he brought her on to see if the situation could be. And I have a brother Word Life is in the back. So after I have one more clip to play, and I'm gonna bring him up. We have a good build. But essentially, after B-rating her, he's having this one-on-one with her to see if the situation can be salvaged. And what she's saying to him is, we never had any disagreement. I pretty much agree with everything the men was saying. I was one of those women, like JR said, there's lots of women listening to this space, the red pill space, and they're trying to change. So this is one of the women who was making the change, who was accepting, whatever the bottoms told her to accept. She would submit, she would listen. But the moment she didn't agree with Anton Samuels saying that black culture was trash, and she spoke up and voiced a different opinion, the audience threw her away. They were in the comments like, put your dick away, you're in your masculine, why are you talking? It was like crazy. So you can tell that she was very hurt by that. And the audience of men that they have over there every show is like celebrating this white woman that's on the panel, or this Lebanese woman, and is looking at Courtney and Kay like, you know, you know, if it's like the analysis is like this. It's like, listen, if I'm going to have a woman, it'll be a white woman. But if I have to accept you, you'll have to be my slave. Like that's kind of like the energy that they have when it comes to black women. They start talking the submission stuff. But was there?
well, yeah. But for me and you, because everyone, when I got on this platform, everyone was all she does is agree with Anton. You know, we had this conversation. She's
Mhm.
just Anton. She agrees with everything he says.
I mean, the last part that I just want to share with y'all, and then I'm gonna bring up Brother Word Life and we can have a discussion. But the KA Sister K got they made the day that they made the announcement that she was hired on the show, because this is the following show. The following show, Anton like called out Kay and Courtney to ask them, why aren't y'all speaking? Why are y'all acting different? Now, on the show prior to that, he continuously talked about his willingness to stomp a black woman out, and him not caring. And uh there was a point in the conversation where the Sister K was trying to defend the idea that masculinity is not tied to height, and she was asking Anton. She said, well, why would you even agree with that concept when me and you are like close in height? And when she said that about his height, like the Napoleon complex went like full storm. he was like, "You bad built bully looking bitch." Like he just started getting like, I only called her a bitch, but he basically said, "You built like a bully." Like he just started going in on her looks when it was like, damn, like not only are first you're threatening and talking about, not threatening her specifically, but you're saying, and none of the men on the panel are saying anything about it. You're saying that you will stomp a woman out, right? You'll kick a woman in her titty. Like you're talking extremely violent about what you will do to a woman if a woman touches you. And then like you end this off by just going on a tirade against his sister about her looks. So this is the next show after that. And it's like they're employees of the show. And obviously his cooning has created a hostile work environment. So he's asking them, you know, why are y'all acting different during this show? But the kicker for the entire show was the last guest that they brought on. And this dude, I'm just going to let y'all hear him. And then, you know, I want to have this discussion. So brother Word Life, give me 4 minutes and then I'm bringing you up on the screen. All right. And if anybody else wants to join this discussion, y'all are welcome to join. So let me go ahead and press play.
How y'all doing tonight?
Man, how you doing? Welcome to the show again.
I'm blessed. Thank you. Another wonderful show as usual. I want to kind of reclassify you though, because you are a great show, but you also seem to be a case study. Like a sociologist could write his dissertation off of what I've been observing lately. And to Miss Kay and Miss Courtney, I'm baffled, ladies. I'm truly baffled. Like the only energy that I really saw tonight was when y'all tag team Amira. Facts. That's the only energy. And when you tag team the Ethiopian guy. Like when y'all tag teaming somebody, that y'all energy was up tonight. But other than that, like right now, Kay is somewhere in La La Land doing whatever, looking at whatever. And the funny part about it is, I know 100 out of 100 times you wouldn't do this if this was your platform, Kay.
Hold on 1 second. He talks about them tag teaming Amira. There was no tag teaming of America, but Anton definitely made an example out of both of them. This is when he used the good and evil analogy and talked about Courtney being influenced by the evil dark one, you know, and Kay. So there was no tag teaming of Amira. And then the Ethiopian dude, he was a hardcore coon who came on and was like, "Hey, I don't have to speak to you. I don't have to respect you." And he was being hella disrespectful. Now, to his credit, the dude Chicago Rilla jumped in and said, "Hold on, we're not going to disrespect the woman on the panel." But he got sunned right away by Anton. Anton was like, no, let the man speak. But I just found it interesting that he was willing to check the guest. But when Anton was on the panel talking about stomping a woman out, he didn't say anything to Anton. But I'm going to let this dude speak because he goes on a very interesting tirade.
You be putting your all into it, trying to build and trying to do this and that. But I'm going to be real. JR's a lot nicer than I am because you're using JR. You're using this platform. And it's disgusting. There's no way in the world that you would act like this on what you're doing. But then you come here every Thursday and then pout and then act a fool, act out of place, or act. I mean, what the hell is going on? If you're going to act like this, why are you here? If you're going to act like this, why are you not KAing it somewhere? Because you know you ain't going to get no views. Because you know you don't have the platform that Lapeef has.
B9, let me ask you something, bro.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Let me ask you something. Do you know why KA is on the platform or why she has a circle?
Enlighten me, sir.
No, I'm not. It's not for. I'm not trying to enlighten you. I'm asking you a genuine question. I'm asking if you know why.
I just answered your question. We kind of playing Jeopardy a little bit, really, because I kind of just answered your question when I was addressing Kay. I only know about Kay.
Hey, Rilla, hold on, Rilla. Go ahead.
Kay through the Lapeef.
Hold on, Rilla. Hey, B9.
It's not the Lapeep platform.
Be now.
Yes, sir.
Let's just keep it strictly on what the topics is. Let's not indulge in that because
okay,
that's conversations that we need to have if we're gonna have those conversations. So just keep it strictly about the topics and let's just move forward on that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right,
my apologies for that. I'm just observing you.
I don't have a timestamp, but the reason why I'm letting it go on because I want y'all to hear the part when he start talking about Adam and Eve and how men could have been living without on this earth and planet without women. Like we don't need them. Like so, I'm just want you to hear these talking points because these talking points are replete throughout this particular space.
Your show, and that's what I saw. But
yeah, I know, I understand. But let's just keep it to the topics.
Yes, all right. Topic wise, though, as far as the merge thing goes, yes, men do not need women. Point blank, period. Merge is a luxury for women. Adam lived many, many years on this earth without Eve. Eve was given to Adam as a luxury. Eve did not have to live by herself. We've already proven that we can live by ourselves. Now, I give God credit. He's an amazing engineer and architect.
All right, I'm not gonna. I don't want to keep playing this, y'all. I think y'all get the point. This was just so much. Like, if I was doing a real analysis on this, it would have took me a lot of time to do the writing here. But I want to add this brother to the stream. Brother, can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the people?